Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Monday Morning Mentor. My name is Aaron Gudekunst here with Elevate, and we are here for the fourth installment of our February long theme of listings, 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 and getting those seller leads. So, first, we've talked about the lead capturing process for getting seller leads, and then we touched on securing the listing through a killer listing presentation. Last week, we talked about marketing that listing. And this week, we're going to talk about what happens after the sale. So, right after the sale, huh? So, the lead was captured, the listing was secured, the marketing was impeccable, and the listing was sold. So, it's time to pop the champagne, but the work's not quite over yet, right? So, as you all know, just because the deal was closed, that doesn't mean that it's the end of your relationship with that client, hopefully, especially if the client is only relocating within your current area of coverage. They'll turn into a buyer eventually if they're still inside your city or still inside the area that you service. So, it's good to keep that relationship alive and well. So, where do we go from here? How do we leverage the current relationship and build on it for success? And so I'm going to touch on a few things today. They're just going to be kind of like general overviews that you can use to drill down and kind of personalize, add your own flavor to it, because the relationship building and nurturing process, especially after the sale, when you're not necessarily in front of them all the time like you are during the selling process, is going to be very important, but it also needs to be tailored specifically to you and in turn tailored to your clients. So the very first thing that I would, always just recommend is, as all the feel goods are out there, it's probably a good time to go ahead and capture that testimonial, and then of course share it everywhere, right? So hopefully your clients are happy with the services you provide, and so capturing that enthusiasm will, either through like something written or even better like a video testimonial. It would be fantastic. We definitely recommend video because it's super easy to capture that, and it's even easier to share that with your online audience. It's in your audience, they're going to consume it, they're going to remember it. Video drives higher engagement. We've talked about that, in past Monday Morning Mentors and our other guides. And so, it's really great to try to capture that 5-star review with them right then and there. So for those of you who, for whatever reason may not have, tried capturing a testimonial before, it's super easy. There's only really 2 steps to the whole testimonial process. The first step is to just ask, right? And most clients are willing to give you feedback on their experience, but you have to usually initiate that first, right? You have to ask them. And then it's important to ask open-ended questions that will prompt a good response. You don't just want like did I do a good job? Yes. Okay. That doesn't really provide, a useful testimonial that you can share. So you want to ask things like, what made you choose me as your real estate agent? How impressed were you with, and then, name something specific to the client, or how was I able to help you overcome, some specific challenge that the client had? How would you, or would you recommend my real estate services to friends, families, neighbors, or coworkers? And what would you say while you're recommending me to them? So open-ended questions like that will prompt a good response out of your clients, other than just like a simple yes or no. The second part of it is to share it, share it, share it, share it. Once you capture that testimonial, it's time to share it with the world through videos like on YouTube and Facebook, included in your print flyers. We talked last week about designing beautiful flyers and things of that nature for the listings you're doing. And then the week before that, we talked about listing presentations, and both of those things we mentioned having testimonials in there because they're very powerful tools, and you want to include them in your marketing. You want to be able to distribute them in your farming area, on your websites, social channels, basically anywhere you can. It's a powerful lead generation content that is essentially free. So take advantage of it, and utilize the love that's being directed your way, right? Um, and then throughout that relationship, don't be afraid to ask for referrals. Um, just like with a testimonial, the key is to ask, because without asking, you're missing out on opportunity for a great referral business. And referral business is great. Like, it has the highest percentage of conversions. Some agents, over time, just develop their entire base, their entire lead gen base, from strictly referral business, and it works out really well for them. Um, it's essentially free, and because you're working with folks that, or you're getting those referrals from folks that you've worked with in the past. Like I mentioned, a much higher conversion rate. And the things to keep in mind, though, are the things that we talked about before, like the things you need to be careful of. You want to be sure that referrals are not being sent to a poorly designed website. You want to be sure that the referrals are not looking at your listings and seeing like really poor quality photos, right, on the listings that you're selling. Um, you want to have marketing material that those referrals will look at and say like, yeah, I would love for an agent, I would love for my agent to have marketing materials like this. So be sure to stay on top of your professional appearance and invest at a level that makes sense for your audience. You, of course, throughout all of this, want to continue to nurture their relationship. And this is going to take a lot of different forms. It could be something from, just continually staying in front of them with monthly newsletters, to maybe, sending them cookies during the holidays, or handwritten notes, things like that. It is you can find all sorts of ideas and inspiration online for different ways to continue to stay in front of and nurture your your past clients, who to eventually have them come back around as repeat clients, to keep yourself top of mind so that they're referring their friends and family to you. um, it's stuff we've touched on a lot in previous guides. So again, I'm going to include a link right down here where you can see the other guides that we've done, where you can go through and kind of get some inspiration for nurturing relationships there. But it's super important. I mean, I can't say enough about the importance of nurturing relationships, and through really any layer of your sales funnel, all the way from the exposure at the top, all the way down to the loyalty after the transaction at the bottom. Um, it's easy to do with the right strategies and tools. And again, shameless plug for Elevate here, but having a system like Elevate, where you can automate newsletters, drip campaigns, autoresponders, anniversary emails, birthday emails, notifications about listings of interest, and more to help you stay, just top of mind, to capture those referrals that we were talking about earlier, and then just continuing to nurture that relationship. And then lastly, the last thing I'm going to touch on is continuing to farm that neighborhood. So after you've closed the listing, you've spread the word, just spread the word across that neighborhood, right? We've mentioned postcards in our previous Monday Morning Mentors, as a perfect opportunity to farm a community. Creating a postcard, and actually, I received one of these postcards not too long ago from the agent who was representing my neighbor, just like right around the corner. But anyways, just sending out a postcard to that immediate area, just saying like, another one sold in your neighborhood, and and this is how much we were able to get for it, and or get the client. um, and these are postcards that are easily done with like agent marketing we talked about before. um, it's something where you can include like a free, a CMA, so like a comparative market analysis, using your Elevate account. So different things like that, free home valuation. Just include those in the postcard, so they can just give you a call and set that up for you, right then and there. So I know this one's a little bit shorter than what I normally do for a Monday Morning Mentor, but we're wrapping up the month, and what I'm really kind of excited to announce for next month is that we got a really cool theme for you guys, and you're going to be seeing some new faces for the month of March. I'm going to be back. I'm taking a little bit of a leave because little baby Gudukunst number 2 is on the way, and so I get to spend some time with her. But in the meantime, you guys are going to be introduced to some fresh new faces for the month of March. I'll be back in the beginning of April, but I think you guys are in for a real treat with the duo that are going to be coming. So, anyways, if you would like to get more great tips and tricks and strategies like what we've been covering in the past, months worth of Monday Morning Mentors, then I would encourage you to check out. There's a link below for a webinar that we hosted, and actually, one of my friends who is going to be doing Monday Morning Mentors was on that webinar, so you'll get an introduction to her as well. But just some amazing folks who gave us even more fantastic strategies that we are going to share with you through that webinar. We also have the free downloadable guide down below, so that you can check out, all again, more great tips and tricks. The guide's free. It's a free download. You can just go in and grab that whenever you want. Definitely check it out. As always, I would encourage you to swing by and visit us at tryelevate.com. Talk to our team, see if, maybe Elevate's a solution that makes sense for you and your marketing strategy. And also be sure to visit our friends over at Agent Marketing and VoicePad, whose content helped to contribute a lot this month to Monday Morning Mentors. So, anyways, I look forward to seeing you guys again in April. I'm going to miss you. But until then, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.